Test, 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 test. All right, guys. So, Jake Lang. Let's get into this. The scrub came to Minneapolis to support people that are doing research against the fraud that is in Minneapolis. So he's just a It Shirley wannabe, is what I'm gathering from this. He's a right-wing activist and participant in the January 6th, 2021 attack on the U.S. Capitol. Yeah, so this guy's just a massive piece of shit participant January 6th, coming here to support ICE, coming to Minneapolis to support ICE. So the rally is expected to take place in and around City Hall. He's among those who were pardoned for their involvement in January 6th, according to the event's permit application. Lang obtained authorization for the gathering, which he billed as a peaceful protest intended to unite Christian and conservative voices. However, community leaders in Cedar Riverside have raised concerns about the event. In a statement, a coalition of local leaders warned a group of racist and anti-Muslim agitators may be coming to Cedar Riverside on Saturday, January 17th. Their goal is to create chaos and cause violence. There will also be community patrollers in yellow vests, religious leaders in orange vests, the sheriff, and the Minneapolis Police Department, MPD, monitoring and responding to the threat. And then you have Timothy Wallamain, Tim Walls, Twitter. Hey Haley, happy to have you here. So Tim Walls is basically just being like, please don't fucking do violence. And of course, it's like this rhetoric is extremely weak in the face of a violent occupation. Like, you cannot say to the people that you're supposed to be representing, don't do violence, when every day people are being tortured and kidnapped for no reason. Like, absolutely not. And then Tim Walls just sits there and says, please don't do violence. So today, he posted 12:09 p.m. Was right when the Jake Lang was getting ran out of Minneapolis. He says, stay safe and stay peaceful today. Our public safety team has the resource coordination personnel on the ground to maintain public safety and respond if needed. So basically, Tim Walz, like, the only thing that Tim Walz has been doing since Donald Trump has been, like, hammering Minneapolis and the greater Twin Cities area with ICE is trying to say you don't need to send in the military, you don't need to send in the National Guard, you don't federalize like the Minnesota National Guard, you don't need to send in means, stop sending in more ICE agents. It's the only thing that he's been doing. But the issue with that is that Donald Trump's going to do it whether he has a reason to do it or not. It's just like a political calculus for him. If he thinks he can get more attention, some like more poll numbers up, try to intimidate his political opponents more, he's going to do it. So like a few people burning trash cans in Minneapolis isn't going to be the difference maker for Donald Trump sending in the National Guard. Hey Hellsbugs, happy to have you here. So anyway, Tim Hall says the police. So what happened with this? What happened with this Jake Lang protest? It's so funny that he's a January 6th. What was even the fucking point of this hate rally? Like, he's a January 6ther and he's coming to Minneapolis to be like, I'm against fraud? It's so fucking obvious. Counter protesters chase off Jake Lang's group from downtown Minneapolis. This is so fucking good. Yeah, if Tim Walz just wrote down the proper wording in a letter, then Donald Trump will read it and he'll realize the error of his ways. So anyway, shout out to Mercado Media. I saw him at a protest and he seems like a very chill guy. Yeah, you've been watching Status Quo's coverage today. The point, we just need to like see some of Jake Lang's protest, and then so cathartic seeing him get chased out of it.
Hold on. Yeah, they got the National Guard out there. All right, chat, we're live.
So essentially, this guy and few other people, a few other people that got arrested on January 6th, they're all like, we're gonna go to the Minneapolis Capitol building and march down the street. Yeah, so they're fighting with his side. Like I love the dichotomy of this guy advocating for a white nationalist America. That's what he's advocating for. But then when he shows up, people are ripping his signs down because he's advocating for hate and genocide. And then he's like, but it's peaceful. You gotta be peaceful, right? Dude, like, these are the same people that support ICE. It's all just about power for them. And when they're in the situation where they don't have the power and that ICE would be backing them up in this situation, then all of a sudden it's like, oh, but please, don't damage my sign, because damaging my sign is violence.
Hey Jake, we support you, man! Get the fuck out of here! Get the fuck out of here! What's going on?
Also, a word about this rally. It was supposedly scheduled for 1 p.m. and the guy tried to start it early because he knew a lot of people counter protest. That's why you can tell that he's not ready for all of these people there screaming at him and telling him to leave their.
These people are animals. Look at them. Look at them. Immigrant scum. Immigrant scum. Anchor baby, violent migrants. Look what they do.
Dude, I did not hear this part. Like, we're here to do a peaceful rally. I'm just here to unite voices. And then he shows up and immediately starts saying that, oh, these people are animals. They're immigrant scum. They're anchor babies. Look at them. They're all violent animals. That's nuts. I mean, I know he's a Nazi, but can you not? Like, that's like your online voice. You're using your online voice right now, Jake. You're in real life right now, and there's a lot of people that fucking despise you. Now is not the time to be a right-wing provocateur. Like, dude, at some point, these people just have no survival instinct. Like, you're Nazis. Like, no, I'm not. But actually, all immigrants are scum, and the reason you're acting like this is because you're an anchor baby animal immigrant.
Hey, out of their way! Hey, don't stop me from fighting.
We have a right to assemble peacefully.
How many people are there? So there's him. Guy with the flag.
Do not assault my people.
The Jesus is King shirt guy.
Protesters, do not assault us. We have a First Amendment right in this country.
Oh, that's fucking a right-wing provocateur coming to Minneapolis saying, don't assault me, I have a First Amendment right. That's hilarious.
We will not be intimidated. We will not be shut down. We will not be shut down.
We need to play the Always Sunny in Philadelphia theme song. Jake Lang gets intimidated and shut down. Do 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 do. Dude, cut to like 20 minutes later, they're like huddled up inside of a building. Look at this. Oh, okay. Look at this. He's like literally hiding in a building as the entire crowd is surging around him. How many minutes is that? This is 2:16. Okay, 30 minutes later. My bad.
These people are animals. Look at them. Look at them. Immigrant scum. Immigrant scum. Anchor baby, violent migrants. Look what they
anchor baby violent migrant. Oh man, it's funny because it's like you're not even criticizing their actions. You're just like, they're immigrants, they're anchor babies. Okay, well you're a fucking piece of shit that's decided to do a terrorist act on January 6th, and then as soon as you got out, you're like, I haven't been racist enough. I must continue the racism crusade that I've gone on.
In America,
Stay out of their way, bro.
I'm just trying to count. I'm trying to pick out how many people came with him in the crowd, because I think it was like less than 5 people. And as dumb as fucking Nick Shirley is, like, as few brain cells as that kid has, he did show up with security. This guy like came with 2 other fucking incels that were his cellmates in jail when he was waiting for his January 6th trial to happen. Like, dude, holy fuck, are you actually brain broken? Minneapolis has been going through protests for the past like 2.5 weeks, and you just decide to show up and be like, fuck immigrants, you're gonna get your ass kicked.
peacefully. Do not assault my peaceful protesters. Do not assault us. We have a First Amendment right in this country. We will not be intimidated. We will not be shut down. We will not be shut down. We have good men in us. White Americans, assemble. Stand tall. Stand tall, white Americans. Our country's refused.
Holy shit. You can't like be invoking your First Amendment rights of freedom of speech and then just be like, white Americans stand proud. It's the anchor babies and the violent criminals that are to blame for all. Like, you're advocating for genocide. That's what you're doing. And I don't know, man. You're first, like, when you have a political ideology that revolves around violence, it just comes across as weak when you're like, but I have my unalienable rights that the government gives me. Your entire fucking ideology is that your rights stem through power. So right now, you're not the fucking guy with the power. Like, it's hypocrisy at its finest point. Go up with a bunch of guys with guns, and at least you're being ideologically consistent.
Fucking Nazi
Your
asshole!
forefathers laid down their lives for our country. Your forefathers laid their lives down. What will you do today? What will you do today? Stand up against your replacement. You are being replaced. They're stealing your jobs, your homes, and your money. The Somali daycare fraud is the tip of the iceberg.
The Somali daycare fraud.
These people, the Democrats, the Marxists, the Communists, have been raping our country for generations. White Christian men, you must stand now, or you will be replaced. ICE, baby, send them all back. Send every last Somali.
Of Jesus King him. Oh, the only 2 people I see.
Home. Send the Somalis back. Send them back. ICE, baby. President Trump, you need to invoke the Insurrection Act. Invoke the Insurrection Act. Look at these people. They are stealing our future.
Wait, this guy might be on his side too. Like 3 people there. So the point is, so Nick Shirley does a video in Minneapolis. ICE sent in. This guy just to do a video and get Trump to send in.
President Trump, we need the National Guard. Stolen federal guns. They're broken down. Look at this cuckold. #1 white cuck. #1. President Trump, send the National Guard. These people are
Come to our shelter.
They cannot assimilate with us. They will never assimilate.
Like, dude, it's just, you see these people online saying hateful bullshit. It's like, okay, well, is that their entire life? And then they come out from behind their computer. They are just as fucking dumb as they sound on. Sometimes real life is not more complicated than imagine it. Like, on first glance, sometimes that is just the entire thing. They're just losers that the only experience in their lives is provoking someone, being a provocateur, getting a reaction out. And the quickest way to do that is just by being racist scumbags. And now there are people in positions of power in this country that are rewarding that type of behavior. And that's that guys like this showing up with like 3 of his loser ass buddies just screaming completely unhinged, unintelligible, racist tirades and becoming like the story of the weekend because
Ungrateful protesters. Nobody's here from Minnesota. They're all busting Democrat shows. Democrat shows.
Ungrateful protesters. No one is here from Minnesota. They're all bussed in as he drove to fucking Minnesota to do this protest.
It looks like we don't have here. All the Somalis stayed home, and the white liberals showed up. The white liberals showed up. The white liberals showed up. We need to stand up against our replacement. We're going to City Hall.
They're going to City Hall. What's in his little hand? What's in his little purse that he has? It's so cute. Like a mesh person that he's cosplaying as a soldier with this tactical vest on. Like, I'm Batman. I've got all of my gadgets. I've got my toolkit, tool belt.
Well, I don't know.
Help us! We're being attacked!
Violent people attacking us.
Attacking us!
Let us move.
We are
peaceful protesters. We are peaceful protesters.
We are peacefully protesting!
Hey, come here.
Show your face. That's what the guy's saying as they're defending this agent. Oh, you spit on him. Oh. They're so peaceful, though. I mean, they're attacking someone, but no, they're completely peaceful.
Let's go, white America.
It's so funny, they don't even know where to go. Also, I like how they're like, we will not be drowned out, and then they're just drowned because there's a guy with a megaphone that's louder than whatever kind of speaker system Jake. This is fucking crazy. Like, these guys show up, they just advocate for the mass ethnic cleansing of populations in Minnesota, and then they just like let themselves rile up the crowd. Like, dude, once again, there's no preservationist instinct, and we'll see what kind of repercussions this shit has. But the last thing that happened in Minnesota when a right-wing provocateur came here, they fucking doused the city in ice. They did the fucking Minneapolis ice bucket challenge where they just dumped all of the shittiest people of ICE into the city and told them to crack some skulls. Lead in the Running Man. Good movie, by the way.
Mayor needs to calm the fuck down. Mayor needs to stop touching people. You bugged my fucking tooth.
Anchor babies trying to steal our future for
People are the ones who shoot. Get the fuck out! Hold on your mask, you little bitch! Hold on the fuck out!
Of white Americans by Somalians in Minnesota is a tragedy. It is colonialism. The Somalians
I mean, we don't really need to see what he says because it's just all going to be the same racist type of shit. So let's skip forward a little bit. I'm surprised this little ginger is still there, though. I mean, this guy's been manhandled ever since he showed up. I don't know. Maybe gingers really are the most persecuted people in America because there's just something about him that he must have a very hittable face in person. Sorry, I'm kind of covering it, but it's like this guy has an extremely hittable face because every time he interacts with someone in the crowd, they're like pulling down his mask, they're like pushing him back and forth. I don't know, something about him just like makes people see red.
By blood or sweat, we will get there yet. By blood or sweat, we will get there yet. I'm fucking here, motherfucker. I'm tired of the preschool classes of all the children in hijab. I'm tired of all the children's future.
Hilarious. It's hilarious that they're like, we're here for a peaceful protest. This little fucker here keeps saying like, oh yeah, Donald Trump is gonna come and arrest you. Oh, show your face so that we can put it in the database. So this is not peaceful shit. Like, the idea, like, you might have not shown up for this on this day to do violence, but what you're advocating for is violence. So yeah, when violence comes back upon you because you're fucking advocating for it, don't act surprised.
I can't see another Irina Zaruski. I cannot see another Irina Zaruski. I will not see another Irina. Justice for Irina.
Justice for Irina? The woman who got like stabbed on the subway, isn't she an immigrant too?
The animals that are predatorized by the white women in this country. The Somalis, the Syrians, the Mogadishu background shithole immigrants. We have a final warning. Get the fuck out of my country! Get the fuck out of my country! Get the fuck out of my country!
Dude, look at these fucking... You're such little racist nerds. Like, look at this guy just grinning to himself. He's like, look at him. He's got the fucking 3 crosses. Sorry, the face that I drew, he kind of maps onto his face. He's got the 3 crosses. Oh, I'm a good Christian boy. Like, look at his cute little face. I'm able to see it. He's like, oh my god, dude, that gave me a little special feeling in my nether regions. Amazing sign here. I have daddy issues too. Therapy helps and it isn't as cold.
Home! Somalis, go home! White liberal cops. The white liberal needs to be deported first. White liberal women. White liberal women, deport them all. Deport the white liberal women. Deport the white liberal women.
You are a pussy motherfucking coward!
Dude, look at this old man. Just a perfect screaming face.
Women, deport them all. Deport the white liberal women. Deport the white liberal women.
You are a pussy motherfucking coward!
Deport them all.
You are
Let's go outside City Hall. Let's get out of here. Come on. Let's
Go
go. Let's
inside.
go. Let's go. We have a right to peacefully assemble. We have a right to peacefully assemble.
So do we!
We have a First Amendment right to be here. We have a First Amendment right to be here.
Okay. Nazis, got peaceful. 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 Just let him do. Ashley, just let him do.
Dude, this is actually just fucking crazy. Like, you have just I know that there's already Nazis in the street, but this guy who's not even, he couldn't even get into fucking ICE comes out and just starts being a Nazi in the middle of the fucking street in broad daylight. And well, we'll see. Have anything on X? Thank a lot. Damneth. Dude, I've been calling this woman's office for like 3 weeks. God. We need to cover this. So fun. Where's Lang? Why are Republicans so funny? Okay, here we go. Jake Lang. I just got stabbed by a crazy white commie leftist, all for pointing out the replacement 70 IG burqa wearing Somalis. Did he say IQ? Plate carrier blocked it, so you're fine. So why are you crying? I'm just seeing, like, is there any other Jake Lang in it? He's stuck in a window recess against Minneapolis City Hall. He's soaked with freezing water after counter-protesters hurled water balloons at him. Oh no, Jake Lang is dying. He got wet. We're coming for your illegals and you can't stop us. It's clear the people in Minneapolis don't want Nazis like Jake Lang. And where are all of the, where's Fox News? How come they're not supporting Jake Lang? Radical, okay, here we go. Kim Katie. Nickname for your first. You're no con. You're no con. Insurrection. Insane footage. Radical left terrorists in Minnesota openly assault and batter Jake Lang on video. No fear, no consequences. The Insurrection Act exists for exactly this. Deploy it and crush these threats now. So she wants Jake Lang to be crushed by the Insurrection Act. Praying is Jake, okay? He made it out, but he is bleeding from his head. He should have been armed or had armed guards. The videos show conclusive evidence of being under threat of serious bodily. And that's what I'm saying. You have survival instincts. Now attacking another man who came to support ICE. Dude, this is the thing. Like, you can't fucking say that you're here for a peaceful protest if you're advocating for terrorism. Like, what the fuck? Oh no, Jake Lang fucked around and he found out. Keep in mind, if this was like a, I don't know, a small rural town where with a bunch of inbred rednecks beating the fuck out of some liberals that came to kiss each other in town square, they'd be like, oh yeah, this is what happens when you try to force liberal ideals onto small town America, onto real America. Right-wing protests in Minneapolis appears to be virtually entirely counter-protesters and press. Of course, because there's a bunch of fucking moronic Nazis. There are a handful of right-wing protesters in there somewhere for the March Against Minnesota Fraud led by conservative influencer Jake Lang. And then he ran into his own. All right, we need to go back to this. Doesn't seem to be getting a lot of support. March Against Fraud. Nick Shirley drops welfare. Where's Jake Lang?
Hey, I troll the shit out of your stream, but I appreciate what you do, man.
Peaceful.
but don't let her through.
This is melt like.
Looks like Minneapolis police is walking them in.
Hey, don't touch people. Why are you protecting Nazis?
A valid question. Why are you protecting them? The police is there fucking protecting this guy.
Let's go, Americans!
Ice, ice, baby. Be civil, but also all brown people in America should be deported. But be civil. There's police officers here.
We have a First Amendment right to be here. Be peaceful. Be peaceful. President Trump invoked the insurrection act. Invoked the insurrection act. These people cannot get sides inside.
Looks like they only have about 10 losers with them. Don't worry, they're all going viral out here. The whole world's out here. So if they're standing with Jake Lang, I'm screwed.
They only have about 10 losers.
We are here. White American men stand.
Like, I love how I've said it over and over, but they're just saying, "Oh yeah, we're here to be peaceful, and we're just peacefully protesting. We have a First Amendment right to give our message." And what's their message? Do ethnic cleansing in America. And that's what it is. Do genocide in America. But no, this is a peaceful protest. We're just advocating for mass murder.
Be proud of your heritage. Be proud of who you are.
This shit's gotta stop. Rise up around
Be
the world.
proud of who you are.
Hey, stop the law, Americans.
I didn't. This is giving a really bad look to gingers. I mean, Jesus Christ, you have two gingers prominently placed around you in your white supremacist rally, setting back ginger progress by 100 years.
I don't want to touch you, sweetheart. I know what you're doing. You're trying to create violence. I know what you're doing.
I've been peaceful.
Shame on you. Fuck ICE! Fuck ICE! You are fuck ICE! Stay peaceful! Fuck ICE! Stay peaceful! He's not worth your time! He's a fucking loser! Do not give him what they want!
Rise!
You are such a little bitch! Fuck
Americans rise.
a little bitch!
Our country's worth fighting for.
You're by yourself! You're by yourself! This ain't the Ukraine! This ain't the Ukraine! You're by yourself here! You're by yourself! You're by yourself! You're by yourself! You're by yourself!
Doesn't even look like Jake Lang. Dude, he's such a fucking hog. Oh my god. Are these two siblings? Like, what? Dude, they don't even really. But it's just so fucking funny. He seems fucking crazy.
Stand! White American men, come together!
We are greater than their hate! We are greater than their hate! America loves immigrants! America was built by immigrants! Loves immigrants!
He's doing like the Western man two paths forward meme that Trump just reposted. Nice. Just borrowing straight up Nazi rhetoric, and not even borrowing, just adopting straight up Nazi rhetoric from Nazis on the ground.
Or be replaced! Crusade or be replaced! Send the Somalis back! Send the Somalis back!
Such a peaceful message that you're getting from this guy.
Stay peaceful! Stay peaceful! Stay peaceful! Stay peaceful! Stay!
They're fighting the press.
Please stop! Stop! Stop, man! Please stay peaceful! Stay peaceful, please! Stay peaceful!
Peaceful.
We need our country back!
He's just not even charismatic. He's one of the more boring right-wing provocateurs. He's just so unoriginal. Oh, deport the Somalis, where you haven't, like no one's ever heard that one before. Get some new material for your act.
All Americans, but not everybody deserves to be here. We need our country back. We deserve our country. Stop it. White Americans, we deserve our country back. We deserve our country back. We deserve our country back. Stand now.
It's Charlie. Charlie's here. Charlie's here.
We love ICE. We support ICE. We support you, President Trump.
Oh, it's on ginger violence. Oh, this is the guy that like harassing some.
American men, you need to stand now. Your children's future.
Bro, I swear I saw this guy chanting it's okay to be gay before. So funny.
We have a right to peacefully assemble.
It's okay, Jay.
I don't understand.
American men, this is your call. Crusade! Crusade! You are being
voice
replaced.
crack.
White Americans are being replaced. White Americans are being replaced. Stand now! Stand! Fight, fight, fight! Stand now!
Immigrants are welcome here. Say it loud and say it clear. Immigrants are welcome here. Say it loud and say it clear. Immigrants are welcome here. Say it loud and say it clear. Immigrants are welcome here.
One generation left.
One generation.
Say it clear. Immigrants are welcome here. Say it loud and say it clear. Immigrants are welcome here. Say it loud and say it clear.
Funny thing about this, or maybe like this guy, possibly in the past, if he's more charismatic, there would be a lot more marching in Minneapolis than just like 10 losers. But they all work in ICE now. So all of these guys that are unemployed and have these fantasies about being, I don't know, like a good guy with a gun or whatever, taking back their country against evil brown terrorists that they grew up. Those guys are all in ICE. They would be marching right alongside Jake Lang, but now they're doing that shit and getting paid to do it. This guy's the fucking loser that couldn't even get into ICE. He's now standing there with a boombox and like 6 other lackeys that he convinced on Craigslist or I don't know, his fucking Discord server to join him so that they could make a sick ass viral video singing Nick Shirley. And now he's getting humiliated because of it. Honestly, this cord is looking very appetizing to be sliced. I don't know. I see a good cord. I just get the urge to snip it with a sharp pair of scissors. I'm surprised no one else has that urge. Proud. No one else has the urge to just get a nice, clean, perfect size cut.
Jake, it's okay to be gay, Jake. Jake, it's okay to be gay. Jake, it's okay to be gay. Jake, it's okay to be gay.
Honestly, with the loudspeaker that's like, it's okay to be gay, that's the type of protest, that's the type of counter protest. See, because it's so Jake Lang talking about how he wants white men to take back control of the country. It's like, even the women, they're not even good enough. We need to have the men. Guys like, okay, dude, like, you can just be gay openly. Like, you're in a liberal city right now. You don't have to worry about it.
It's okay to be gay. It's okay to be gay. It's okay to be gay.
Ice, ice, baby. Let's go. Make America white again.
That's what you get, fucker!
What happened?
Say it again, fucker!
Say it loud and say it.
Yeah, I was happy to have you here. Oh, this is humiliating.
We're being assaulted. We're being assaulted.
You're in the thick of it! What do you want to say now? What do you want to say now?
Did you lose your spot? It was so good because he kept saying we need to stand up. We need to stand up. White men stand up. Then he's a short king, so he was like I don't know, on the opposite, a short serf. And so he's standing on like he's standing on a bench, and then now he's mad that he can't stand on the bench and be tall. So he's like, we're being assaulted.
You're quiet!
God bless our beautiful country. We will not be replaced. We will stand against the replacement of white Americans. put my life on my line for this country. My country's worth fighting for. I love my country. My children will grow up in the same country I did. I want the same country for my children. My children deserve a future. My children deserve a future.
We're moving.
Get the fuck out of Minneapolis, motherfucker! Get the fuck out!
Charlie, you good, brother?
Looking crazy. Look at the horizon. It's all counter protesters. Holy shit. Like this like group of people surrounding him, and then there's hundreds of people across the street.
What's up? I'm with you, bro.
Kobe, when the vaccine shot.
Really not a lot of self-preservational instinct from any of these people, that any of these right-wing provocateurs that showed up to.
Peaceful, 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 be peaceful.
Don't give them what they want.
This is fucking nuts. It's actually insane that we haven't watched that much, but it's insane that there wasn't more violence. Dude, you're right, Brooklyn Tuesday. Like, this guy's just ignoring the crowd, and he's having all of his lackeys interact with everyone for him, and it's the ginger woman that's like being the most feisty. Oh my god, it's Walter Masterson? Dude, Walter was in Minneapolis? Oh my god, I can't wait for this fucking video to come out. Yeah, let it go. Dude, how the fuck did Walter Masterson end up right beside him? Dude, that's so fucking funny. Wait, Walter was there first, right? Jake just... Dude, Jake picked the fucking window that Walter was in. He's literally backed himself into a corner, and he's stuck here for like 30 minutes.
Children, white Americans. You deserve a future.
Fucking preschoolers. She's like waving her arm in front of his face, which is base as hell, and he's like... Ugh.
Our country
Dude, with the fucking Frozen soundtrack in the background.
We deserve a future for white Americans. The Somalis are replacing you. The Somalis are replacing you. The Somalis have replaced you. It is colonialism. They have colonized Minnesota.
Well, now they know.
Calm down. Calm down. Calm down.
Let it go. Turn away and slam the door. I don't care.
I can't. The fucking Nazi getting chased out of Minneapolis with Let It Go playing in the background. So good. Bad. Need to see him just. I mean, this is funnier than anything SNL has put out in like the past decade. Dude, how does this like protest here have its own soundtrack? As it's getting crazier, the music's picking up in intensity. I have a pair of those Canadian. I feel like that's a prerequisite for being a Minnesotan. Alright, we're gonna skip ahead a little. Dude, they're treating him like he's a 5-year-old that hasn't had his nap time and he's acting up in Target. Like, they're just like, okay, be quiet now, be quiet. The old guy's just like giving him the static middle finger effect. It's like, this is just a permanent effect that you're gonna be stuck with. Like, it's the middle finger is gonna be in your face for the rest of the day. So fucking, and then Walter's just, how the fuck did Walter just end up directly behind him? Dude, even he's laughing. Even this guy's laughing. He's running out of grifter energy. He's got to get a few. Got to get a few more 1,000 likes on his Twitter post to rejuice him up. Yeah, get him ready to send back out into the grift. This is so lame. All right, we're gonna skip forward a little bit. This stays in this window for a while. Oh, he's got his lackeys with him. Wait, oh, someone shot him with silly string? Great. Damn it, I missed it.
Don't go over there, don't go over there. She's maced everybody. She's macing.
Oh yeah, the redhead maced someone. I mean, dude, this is a highlight of the guy's life, right? Like, oh, he got an entire city of people to yell at him. This is like most people peak in high school. This motherfucker is peaking right now before our eyes. And what is he peaking on doing? Helping terrorize a city that's being terrorized by ICE. Like, wanting a city that is getting its face smashed into the ground right now. Like, he can't even maintain the grift for this. He's like laughing when someone shot him with silly string. Look at him. He's having the time of his life right now. He's like, oh my god, this is so fun. Someone sprayed water on him because it's like 10 degrees right now in Minneapolis. Dude just discovered. Yeah, I know. He's gonna be like, can you fucking hold my arm back while you spray silly string on me? Just for no reason. He does look like he's really enjoying getting hit in the face with that silly string. Papa Trumpy's ropies. Oh, yep. He's about to mace someone. Get ready for this.
She's got like mace. She's got mace. She's got mace.
Yep. And just spraying it into the crowd. Who's being violent again? Like, keep in mind, she got pushed. She's in a very tightly packed crowd. We're going to get pushed. And then what does she do? Turns around, tries to mace it, doesn't work. Takes it off, like, makes sure that the mace is working. No one is touching her. Everyone is giving her a wide berth, and then she sprays the entire crowd. So which group is the one being violent again? The one who like pushed someone because it's a extremely tightly packed crowd, or the one who maced the entire group of people for no reason? Run this back one more time. We don't know how the scuffle got started because cameras were on Jake Lang. Oh, wait, what was it? Jake Lang?
I'm with you. Back up. Don't slip.
She turns around, you can see that she's mad. She's not in danger, and literally no one is touching her at this point.
No fighting! She's got like mace. She's got mace. She's macing everyone.
Faces everyone in the crowd.
Don't go over there. She's macing everybody. She's macing. She's spraying people.
Still doing it. She gets silly string in the face.
She's spraying people.
And what a fucking psychotic, what a crazy bastard that does this. Just like, you're in a crowd, you've been pushing and tussling with people all day, and you just like empty out your entire can of mace into the crowd, and most of the people there are press members that weren't messing with you at all. I think it was silly string in the face. It could have been mace.
That one redheaded chick. She's very upset.
Maybe if you can't handle people bumping into you, you shouldn't be doing hate rallies.
Yeah, this one that's getting up there.
Okay, so it was silly string on her face. She did not get maced at all.
Medic!
But anyway, just psycho people being psycho. Dude, he's just like, I want to be able to see pictures of myself on Google Images tomorrow. That's the whole point.
You're just that shitty of a person and just being that nonchalant.
And the whole world is watching because every news in the world is right here. It's in the street.
And so many of these pussies are still behind their masks.
He's eating a fucking beef jerky stick from the gas station. This is the culture. This is the culture that white people want to bring back. Gas station beef jerky links. Oh, if only we had less fucking gyros and falafel and more beef jerky sticks from your local Quick Strip. Not even Quick Strip. It's probably like, I don't know. Even worse gas station.
He's hiding behind an activist. Jake is hiding behind an activist.
Yeah, so I think what this guy's doing right now, trying to get Jake and his cronies out of that situation before it becomes any worse. Like, I don't think this guy is actually protecting Jake. He's just like, he's trying to leave right now. He's trying to go back to his hotel.
That's going to help him leave. Look at that. He's leaving.
Yeah, someone threw like a water balloon or full of this purple dye.
Let him leave! Let them leave! Let them leave!
Right. Now this is where it gets really crazy. So they're trying to leave now.
Get the fuck out!
I wish that the cameraman would kind of zoom or like turn around. Show us the crowd behind. There's a lot of people, like probably 1,000 people there. I think about like 20 minutes ago, or not, maybe 15 minutes ago, he's like, This was a bad idea. This was a really bad idea. You can see that he's starting to get a little nervous. He's not shouting out hate speech anymore. He's actually talking with the people that are trying to let him leave without being completely wrecked. Like, he's just like, okay, I'm just gonna go. There's a lot of fucking people.
There's a step here. Watch out. Watch out.
The fucking wisp of a Frozen song.
Wrong city, idiots!
Jake Lang is not potty trained. He's still trying
Oh my god. Dude, someone must have hit him with one of those like dye balls.
not potty trained. He's still trying to become a big boy. Jake, why do you piss your pants, Jake?
Dude, this is the face of someone who's regretting his decisions right now.
Jake, you suck so bad, even I
He's dodging water balloons as a guy's talking about how he pisses his pants.
will hire you. Get out of our city, you rat-faced bitch. Get out of our city, you rat-faced bitch.
Just imagine being inside one of these buildings and looking out the window and just seeing a Nazi getting pelted with water balloons by the entire city. That would be such a surreal experience. Well, I mean, see how much yellow snow is there at the end of the day. I honestly just hope it's water, because if it's other things, you know, that is worse in terms of this guy making a case that he got assaulted. It's iced tea. Yeah, honestly, I do hope that it's listen, like as funny as it is to be like, oh, it's iced tea. It's like, keep in mind, it's like 5 degrees in Minnesota right now. This guy his hair is going to be frozen. Like, his clothes are frozen because he's getting soaked with water. So regardless of what kind of fluid it is, the effect is still the same. Friendly fire is another issue here. Love how he keeps putting a finger up to the crowd. Motherfucker, you've been advocating for genocide for the first 30 minutes you're here, and now the people are actually getting pissed and like throwing water at you. You're like, hey guys, let's all like take a step back. Maybe we were a bit too hasty in the rhetoric that we were using. I'm just gonna like go home quietly and peacefully now. think he transitioned from thinking to himself, oh, I'm gonna look so cool on like conservative media. There are gonna be so many pictures of looking cool and badass. I am really uncomfortable right now, and I just want to be out of this situation. There's more people. Oh, the phone just dipping out. That's actually amazing. Dropping the phone like that. Okay, so and they find
Hey! He's got a path! Let him go! Beat the shit out of him on his way down.
My phone's going.
Come on, pussy! Yeah, there's a whole ass path.
You gotta give him space.
this is when like you as a counter protester, and maybe me, you just walk up, grab the guy by his vest, and then push him through the crowd. Like, if he's too much of a fucking bitch to just get off of his ledge and go through the crowd, you have to do it.
Please slip, please.
Down.
There's a path.
I'm helping him leave this situation, which is what he wants to do. Dude, I do think it's hilarious at one point in this, the police decided, like, okay, protect him, do his shit, and they're just like, fuck this, we're gone. Like, there was a police presence when he was getting up on the window. Where was this? Did he first? He's on the ledge, he goes off the ledge, and he walks over to the window. Were there not police here? Scuffling with each other. That at one point there were like cops. I don't know. Like, the police just did not give a fuck about this guy. I guess I saw one cop earlier. Then he leaves, he retreats. The mic is cutting out. Heard the sirens forever. I think they were just like making sure traffic wasn't. But anyway, he starts walking. Hopefully my mic is working better now. is. You're literally getting chased out of the city by every single person there. I mean, and damn. You've made wrong decisions in your life if you're getting chased out of town by an entire city.
I've never ever in my life seen somebody like actually chased out of a city. Everybody. I've never in my life seen this.
He runs, and he actually runs his hotel, which I think is so funny. The crowd's chasing him the entire way there. People are going inside. So anyway, he runs to his hotel, he hides. Then the police show up.
Andrew? Hey, buddy. What's up, man? Good. How you doing? Just got that one. Insane. I know, man. What up, Chris? I know, right? He didn't get what he wanted, and well, he didn't get the support, but you got a response.
How many people do you think you have? Like 15 total, or?
Not even, maybe 5. Maybe
people.
5. 5 is like a high number. He had his like one little guy with him, and I mean, Chet, you guys saw it all, right? I mean,
Yeah.
about 5 of them, right, with Jake Lang.
So there's a lot of people coming out. The police are clearing the area. They send out like the crowd control cops. Like the SWAT vehicle of Minneapolis. I do find it pretty funny that like they did nothing until after the Nazi ran away, and then they're like, all right, I guess we better clear the crowd up. Like it's almost like the cops were like, okay, yeah, we're gonna let the crowd chase the Nazi out of town, and then we're gonna be like, all right, guys, you did enough. It's time to back it up.
He's got a real rifle too. What is going on? They come here every time. Whatever. They're in full. They got real rifles out, right?
So they're trying to get traffic to flow again. And I guess it looks like the SWAT team is packing up and leaving. I definitely saw that gay guy in the like a tan leather jacket before. Like that guy's in every protest. Holy shit. He's hilarious. Dude, Minnesota is not commie at all. It's just that Tim Walz was a political opponent of Donald Trump, and that's why they're targeting him. That's why they're targeting, like, the state of Minnesota. Also, I think Donald Trump is just targeting a lot of liberal cities that don't vote for Republicans because he wants to make it harder for people to vote there.
Hey, what up, buddy? I'm always here. Is it a parking garage? Is that a parking garage? I want to know if there are people just going.
And let's go to status quo real quick. One of the guys that was with Jake Lang is trying to run to his car, and so he's like, yeah, nice team interactions, and then they start following a guy in a parking garage.
No cameras in here! No cameras!
I don't quite know who's who in that scuffle that just happened over a flag.
So yeah, this guy got fucked up.
Parking arm.
Guy got fucked up somehow, and then he's trying to get to his vehicle. Hey, thank you for becoming a channel member. Oh, you're in the Twin Cities? That's awesome. Yeah, I looked it up. I'm about like 20 minutes away from where this all happened. The thing that you guys need to realize about this response is these people aren't, all of these people aren't coming out because they're like ideologically, and they're here to oppose Donald Trump, and they have like, on principle and on theory, they think that the more socialist version of governments is the correct version. They're coming out here because their communities have been terrorized by people like this for the past 2 months, and up in recent weeks. So when you live in a place that is getting dominated, that has a radicalizing effect against the people that are dominating. And every day you're hearing on the radio that they're abducting people, neighbors' houses broken in, when everyone at your work is saying that calling in sick because they're afraid to show up. Your favorite restaurant is down because their door was broken open by ICE, or their employees are afraid to show up, or they have to physically walk their children to school, and so now they're late. Like, you guys, people that are not in Minnesota really don't understand how bad it is. Children are being picked up at bus stops by ICE agents. They're like,
I just came to support ICE and the people of Minnesota.
There are businesses closing down.
On people and kidnapping them out in the street.
I just think that they're doing the right thing. Maybe they're doing it wrong. I don't know, but whatever.
I mean, just your average brain dead, fucking stupid ass conservative take from him. I just think ICE are doing the right thing. No critical thinking about it at all. No actual willing to engage in facts or the reality of the matter. They're continuously doing illegal raids, using excessive force, murdering people. I mean, one of the highest paid militaries in the fucking world, and they are being unleashed onto liberal cities, not only to like harass people that moved here, but to harass just liberals in general. Like, if you follow ICE, you are going to be pepper sprayed, you're going to be detained. Every day, like, these people are assaulting Minnesotans in the street. So when you are being assaulted by an occupying military force, be against that military force. So it's not that everyone you see here is like a hardcore radical leftist. They're just experiencing the conditions on the ground and reacting in a way that resists those conditions that are horrible. The feds haven't even fully descended yet.
Clearly looked into it before he came here.
I mean, ICE has been all around. If you live in Minnesota and you're in any kind of vicinity to a larger city, then ICE has been in here. Just these fucking guys that like have not a critical thinking brain cell left in their, that are just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be like pro ICE. Like it really does remind me of Israel, where the Israelis are just unwilling to even consider the fact that what they're doing in Gaza is wrong, and that like they're not even engaging in any kind of news coming out of Gaza at all, because they don't want to think about it. They have their worldview. They don't want to see any facts, hear any stories to come out that would go against that worldview. I mean, this is fucking crazy. The guy comes here, it's like to provoke the entire city, and he's being escorted back to his car to leave by like a group of 30 people. All right, we're going into the stairwell now.
I vote we just walk down the thing.
We get a few hits a day in the city here, but it's nothing on the scale of Minnesota. Thanks for holding it down, by the way. Enforcement activity actually slowed after ICE went into Minnesota. Oh yeah, I mean, it's a it's a massive surge in Minnesota, massive surge of ICE agents, and like there have been reports coming out that they've been asking for volunteers for ICE to go to Minnesota because there is a massive community response in the state of Minnesota, and people don't want to go there. They don't want to be screamed at every single day. Like the people that actually have worked in ICE for longer than a year. And so what we're getting is the worst of the worst
right now.
of ICE.
We're following one of the protesters.
The worst of the worst of ICE is volunteering to go to Minnesota. Like,
who showed up very late with another small.
All of these guys that from January 6th or that have some kind of ideological bent where they want to free the country of like brown people. That was that got pepper spray.
Just walk through references of some bear mace or something.
Yeah, there's still bear. Yeah, all of the people that are like shittiest people in ICE, like and the most racist people, they're the ones volunteering to go to Minnesota, so they have the least amount of training and the most amount of racism and violent tendencies. That's what you're seeing. A complete disregard for the Constitution. Like ICE literally physically violently attacking people that are just following them and recording. Every day you hear dozens of stories of people that have gotten picked up by ICE and detained for like 10 hours and then released. And not only just like detained for 10 hours in shitty ass cell, but torturous conditions, like ICE violently torturing them, shackling their arms, ripping the shackles up and down their arms so their wrists are all bloody and chafed, keeping people in cells for 8 to 10 hours without any kind of medical intervention, without any bathroom breaks, without any food, mental torture too, where they're saying that you give us the names of protesters and any of your family members that might not be here with the correct documentation we'll shield them from being deported, right? Like making deals, just like essentially interrogating these people that they're illegally detaining. Look at this fucking based out of the city. You'd fly so many people in, and also like half of Maine is armed. Yeah, that's the thing. There are a lot more people with guns because they're targeting Minneapolis. People in Minneapolis don't have guns for the most part. Like there are people with guns. It's not like a gun culture in the city of Minneapolis. Probably also state martial law, but he can't pull that trigger unless all types of stuff that he shouldn't have done. All right, let's see.
People that showed up to protest.
Did I finally leave?
In Minneapolis to support ICE, supposedly.
Alright, this video is low. I'll turn the volume. Mic is going in and out. God damn it, guys. I think it's like my noise gate or something. Fuck. My mic is going in and out.
You don't come to Minneapolis anymore. Take that shit off. Skip in there. Take that shit off. Show his face.
Test 1 2 test. Okay, maybe that should probably work. I just took the noise gate off. I used to have a family an hour north of Portland, and you'd have to go down some random dark unpaved roads and just see people wandering around with guns. Alright, I might have to put the noise gate back on.
Y'all gotta get off
Dude, this is just like, I mean, seeing these guys ran out of the city is nice, but it really does just fucking suck. Like, there's nothing cheerful about this. There's no like hope or anything. It's just like, alright, great. We got a Nazi out.
Are you with a group or anything?
We're doing it peacefully. We're not trying to fucking.
Do you think that ICE is peaceful?
It can be, yeah.
Oh, they can be. Hit the blue line. Hit the train.
Ice can be peaceful.
No, we're not gonna back up. We're not gonna back up until y'all fucks do.
Like this guy that's walking away right now, he could just be your coworker, like your fucking dumbass coworker that's like, oh, I generally like law enforcement, and then he hasn't seen any of the negatives that ICE has done. So he's like, oh, they can be peaceful.
Get down to the floor, get on the train. We gotta
go. This visual is gonna go crazy on conservative social media. Look at what the violent thugs in Minneapolis did to a poor innocent dumbass that came there to spread white supremacy. Oh, so what happened there? Did he, let's run it in slow-mo. So look, there's a guy standing here, or a woman, I think. There's a woman standing here. He drives past, and then he like, oh, I think like the woman tried to like lean on the car or something. Or no, he just like clips her. Dude, the guy just fucking clips this lady that's standing there. And then he drives off. Jesus Christ. Of course he just clips a woman that was standing right there. Alright, one more time. More than enough room. Look. Okay. Might have to go in slow-mo for this one. I just want to see what's actually happening. It's kind of hard to. Let's full screen it. There goes the car. You can see the car. You can see the person there, just standing there. More than enough space to get around. Moves. Dude literally just fucking runs into the person. Holy shit. That's crazy. That's fucking crazy. The car just like runs into the person. It like hits her hip. She falls down. And then thankfully, I don't think she goes under the car. But it's possible. Like he clips her hip, she falls. And then he just drives off. I mean, so crazy. What else is going on?
Watching a little bit and wondering
what else is going on here? Is this live still? More protesting. Looks like things have settled down, but oh my god. Yeah, what is this?
Tonight, the FBI is offering a $100,000 reward to find the people who destroyed and stole federal property last night following the protest over an ICE shooting. Here's the latest.
Oh yeah, and the latest thing is that they're saying a car, FBI car that was abandoned was broken into, and so now they're all getting mad.
Latest as we know it at this hour, the FBI says 4 people are in custody following last night's events. They're still searching for a stolen gun and those who damaged vehicles.
Dude, you fucking lost a gun as an FBI agent? How incompetent is Trump's FBI?
Homeland Security released new details about the Venezuelan national shot by an ICE agent, including his criminal history. President Donald Trump is threatening to invoke the Insurrection Act to deploy troops to Minnesota. And the ACLU filed another lawsuit against ICE claiming racial profiling during the federal crackdown.
Claiming? They say they do racial profiling. And then look at this. They break into... So ICE has been doing forced entries into people's homes without warrants. They haven't had warrants to do these forced entries. And so look at what they do. They break into the wrong fucking house. Because they're searching for the stupid gun that they lost. And so they just like break into someone's house and they don't even have the correct warrant for it.
The moment it begins. Ring video shows law enforcement officers with long guns moving in, busting through the door before entering this South Minneapolis apartment building. The Hennepin County Sheriff's Office say they were executing multiple search warrants for a firearm stolen from a federal vehicle Wednesday night. Another angle shows officers inside searching this unit before taking the camera.
I guess this was FBI.
Down. Outside, towards the back of the building, a young woman in handcuffs being walked out.
She said she was just scared to death she felt scared, and I'm sure they could tell.
And this is what's left behind, an apartment flipped upside down.
I don't even know where to start. It's like, I just want to cry.
Search warrant documents left behind show the intended target was apartment 2926.
It won't even close.
Elisa Porter says that's the unit above her. And
they're on the wrong floor? Oh my god, dude. Not even on the right fucking floor.
Tenant moved out 2 months ago.
I just know he was my neighbor. That's it. That's all I know.
Mail for Porter lists her address at 2928.
But this is not even the place you're supposed to be at looking for anything.
She says police had no right to target
Dude, this
her
is
place,
IDF shit.
leaving her confused.
I mean, did they steal her fucking underwear? Did they dress up in her dresses? That's the only way it could be more IDF than this.
Outraged and without answers.
All my clothes thrown over there in the corner. They pulled the. I mean, they just took everything.
Bro, you gotta do a lawsuit. That's insane.
Just apart. I don't even know.
A spokesperson for the ATF says they worked alongside several agencies related to Wednesday night's break-ins of federal vehicles, but could not comment further due to the nature.
Come on, we gotta see the break-ins.
After last night's shooting is what many residents and lawmakers had feared, and that is some protesters becoming violent and destructive.
What did they do that was violent? Because breaking into a fucking police car is not violent. Give me a fucking break.
WCCO captured this exclusive video of people smashing and looting FBI vehicles.
Oh, smashing and looting. It's such a violent protest. Oh my god. Yeah, dude. Holy shit. Like, dude, ICE fucking... Like, we don't know how many people ICE has killed, but they're assaulting people literally every day. That's what they're doing every day in Minneapolis, and a single car gets broken into, and that's what the news is doing a story about. Oh, the violent protesters, they spray painted a car and then they took something out of the car. Wow. We must murder every single protester with the army.
Within the last 90 minutes, FBI Director Kash Patel offered a reward up to $100,000 for information leading to the recovery of stolen property.
Dude, Kash Patel only knows how to do reward offerings. He doesn't know how to do any kind of investigation. Holy shit. Remember when Charlie Kirk was killed? He's like, we put a reward up, and then the guy just like turned himself in. He's like, we did it.
Or an arrest. Jonah Kaplan has more on what that exclusive video shows.
Why aren't you protecting the community that you took an oath to protect?
The latest shooting involving Immigration and Customs Enforcement officers happened around 7 p.m. Wednesday.
We're shooting.
WCCO photojournalist Tom Avilis was a few blocks near the scene 2 hours later. This is what he saw.
I'm Somalian, so I'm here to represent my people. Also represent Mexicans, Somali, all immigrants.
How the f is you recording me as if I'm like you need to record me? I'm documenting. What's wrong with you?
You know, it feels sort of...
Why the fuck are you recording me? Like, all you need to do is record me. Like, valid question. Why are you just recording a guy that clearly doesn't want to do an interview?
surreal. It doesn't feel like this should be the world that we have to live in.
Dozens of protesters smashed through two parked, unmarked FBI vehicles.
Oh, well, then why is the FBI so sad? Like, they just thought it was a random car, right? Why is the FBI involved? The police should be involved for that.
They then forcibly rip out a...
Dude, why the fuck are the FBI just leaving their vehicles on the side of the road anyway? Like, how does that happen?
Large lockbox from the trunk and tried desperately to open it.
Tried desperately? Desperately?
The crowd tore through a second vehicle too and successfully broke into the locked container. It was already emptied.
We were in the street, and the paperwork was on the floor.
One woman we spoke with showed us what she claimed was inside, documents that appear to be from the U.S. Marshal Service.
The whole intel, how they picking them up, how they finding...
Dude, okay, it's one thing to like break into an FBI vehicle. It's another thing to do an interview about it. Like, I'm sure these people that are on camera weren't the ones that broke into the car. But maybe you still shouldn't like walk over to the car and pick up the documents and show the camera. Maybe you shouldn't do that. Maybe like let the news guy look at the documents rather than you bringing it over to him.
How they casing the joint, where they taking them to, how to access the buildings that they taking them to, the coins that they receive for everyone that they picked the up.
Minneapolis police eventually moved in, deployed tear gas and pepper balls to disperse.
Bro, that's crazy, saying they tried desperately to break into it.
The crowd. Those looted SUVs, now covered in graffiti, were towed away.
Oh my god, the graffiti. Dude, that's so funny. Okay, what do we have here? Max Nestoric. What are the comments on here? I'm curious. Professionally nosy. Oh, so yeah, he is a liberal or leftist. This I voted for. Minnesota school teacher says that Hispanic students and Somalian students have stopped coming to school. They're rethinking parent-teacher conferences because the parents can't come because they'll be picked up by ICE. She's literally admitting they're all... Bro, what? She's admitting they're all illegal? No, she's not. Do they not realize that ICE is just picking up anyone? And like anyone that's brown? And white people that are, and white people that are documenting what they're doing? That's crazy. That's crazy to say that. ICE out here detaining U.S. citizens. It's quite fair for legal immigrants to be fearful. Sounds like ICE has a lot more power. There are a lot more people there who need to be deported. Send them more manpower. I mean, the top comment is sane, at least. She doesn't even realize what she just admitted. Okay, yeah, these people are fucking stupid as hell. What is this? A little nerd?
Tickets as bribes. Bob Menendez got indicted for taking gold bars as bribes. But Governor Tim Walz gets rewarded with billions, yes, billions with a B, while selling out his entire state to the Somalians and his crickets.
To the Somalians. Okay, that was funny. Rest in peace, Bozos woke is back, the Kyle Kalinske show. Okay, here we go. Send in the troops. There we go. This is what I wanted to see. This is what Jake Lang wanted to do. He's like Jesus Christ come again. He sacrificed himself for the conservative cause so that, I don't know, people can post videos about him for like 2 days. Look, they're gently caressing him. Okay, if that's being pulled into the crowd, that's the gentlest pulling I've ever seen. Keep in mind, this is when he said he wanted to leave and his hotel is right here. And so he's just like, please help me leave, people. And they're like, don't worry, bro, I got you. And they like grabbed him and then started sucking him through the crowd. It's an all-out assault on law enforcement and conservatives. Dude, they're so dramatic. Oh, poor Jake thought he could pop off and not have consequences. Wake up to Trump's America. Watch slow-mo video of Jake Lang head beaten bloody by leftists at anti-Islam protests in Minnesota. National Guard troops coming in hot Minnesota. That's funny. What is a conservative activist? Good point. Okay. What else do we have? What else are the conservatives saying? Hey, it's Vadim. Oh, he wanted to burn a Quran? Oh, wow, that was ambitious. Okay.
Minneapolis, the immediate deportation of Ilhan Omar. Minneapolis City Hall will be burning Qurans, standing up against the Somali invasion of Minneapolis, the immediate deportation of Ilhan Omar, and the arrest of the scammer Tim Walz. Come join us 1 p.m. here, Minneapolis City Hall.
Dude, that's hilarious. He said he wanted to burn the Quran and then he just got his ass kicked when he was trying to actually be there. National Guard Humvees have been spotted in Minneapolis ahead of a mass protest by Soros-backed and Indivisible today. Okay, this guy's Sortor is pretty funny. This one. Rioters are now pouring buckets of water. I love how this is in highlights, right? They're pouring buckets of water right outside the driveway of ICE Minneapolis in order, he doesn't even know the name of the building. He says ICE Minneapolis in order to make agents slip and fall when they're attempting to make arrests. Wait, dude, is this actually just like a right-wing parody account? Like, the fucking capitalization is so funny. Buckets of water slip and fall when they're this is disgusting. Like, dude, this has to be a joke, right? He's saying these degenerates are getting away with way too much. Like, you're kidding me. They're pouring like a thin little trail of water, and he's like, slip and fall, buckets of water, these degenerates, it's disgusting. Oh my god. Oh, the degeneracy. A thin little, like, dampening of the concrete. Wow. What? Are you actually serious right now? Look at the degeneracy. People standing there milling about, peacefully protesting and having a decent time. Shut up, bitch. Matt Lech. Awesome. This is what they're protesting. Spray them with water cannons, blue dye mixed with pepper spray. Okay. Yeah, so they're like dripping water on the road. Justifies getting blasted with a fucking fire hose. Protesters stalk federal agents as they attempt to retreat. Okay, like the illiteracy is just too much on X. Right-wing influencer Jay Galang is stuck in a window recess. Here's another angle. Oh man, so good. It's so good. Stuck in a window. Here's another fucking Nazi. Oh, they're not Nazis, are they? Okay, well, tell that to Greg Bovino, like the commander of the ICE regiment that's in Minnesota. Here we go. Look at this. AI writes terribly. He's just standing there menacingly. Do you think that coat comes in adult sizes? Okay. Here's more anti-Jake Lang protests. No longer available. Come on. Come on, play. There we go.
Are you running in fear? Did this turn out the way you wanted it to?
No.
Status quo.
There you go. He's already said it did not turn out the way he wanted it to.
Nope. I think they were expecting anti-protesters to be there, like counter-protesters, but maybe not as much and not as aggressively anti-Nazi as they were. Breaking the sign that they brought.
Well,
breaking the anti-Islam sign that they brought.
We already heard it from one of the guys himself. He tried to get into this crowd, and I don't know why, start some shit. And I asked him if it turned out the way he thought he wanted it to, and he said no. So
that's pretty funny. What else do we have? Jake Lang leaving the protest that he organized. It's so good. More Nazi shit. Dueling rally. I mean, okay, let's see. Do we have more? Do we have more? I need to see some more conservatives talking about this. Anti-Islam protesters. More stuff. More Jake Lang shit. Let's just see how they've been taught. Need to see, like, oh, here we go. Scourge of sexual predators, violent criminals being removed from Minneapolis streets despite backlash. Yeah, because Minneapolis loves sexual predators in their streets.
The battle rages on in Minneapolis as residents push back against the growing deployment of federal immigration officers. Fox hit the road with ICE agents today as they pursued illegal immigrants with criminal rap.
That's nice. They're repeating the hit TV show Cops, where Fox News is just recording over the shoulders of ICE agents.
Chaos on the streets is
So what you're saying is that ICE is actually fine with people recording them. In fact, not only recording them, but interfering with their operations, as long as they're also conservative. Interesting.
try to interfere with ongoing immigration officers. Fox hit the road with ICE agents today as they pursued illegal immigrants with criminal rap sheets. Chaos on the streets as people try to interfere with ongoing operations. Protesters blocking roads and swarming agents who say they are sometimes
swarming agents. They show a middle-aged woman getting shoved by an ICE agent. Swarming agents.
With flashbangs, tear gas, and pepper balls.
When it comes into like the impeding and the obstruction, like that's when we have to take action on that.
That's when we have to take action on that.
Tells Fox its teams have made at least 2,500 immigration-related arrests and counting throughout the Twin Cities in just the past 5 weeks.
ICE usually posts the worst of the worst that we're arresting. We're going to continue to do that.
More than 2,000 federal agents were deployed after an ICE officer shot and killed Renee Good a week ago in what ICE calls self-defense. DHS says now the agent who was hit by Good's car suffered internal bleeding, though the agency did not offer specifics about the extent.
So he has a bruise. That's what he has. He has a bruise from when he slipped on the ice.
Of those injuries. Democratic Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey, who initially said ICE should get the F out of his city, tells Fox the agency should focus on other states.
There's about 3,000 federal ICE agents in our city between ICE and Border Control. You know how many police officers that we have? 600. The kind of duress that our city is experiencing because of this is magnified.
Also today, Brett, we saw hundreds of anti-ICE protesters marching here in the streets of Minneapolis, heading right to the state capitol. It's important to point out that some of those people in the crowd, we're told, were high school students who just walked right out of class and joined in on that anti-ICE march. The group was holding up signs saying, ICE, get out of our city, but the feds tell me they're not leaving anytime soon, Brett.
Alexis McAdam.
That's one way to describe a classroom walkout. These students just, some of the protesters are students that just abandoned their class. I can't believe it. Oh man. Federal judge restricts ICE amid ongoing Minneapolis area protests. That's the backdrop. The protests are the backdrop. Minnesota judge issued a ruling Friday barring federal officers from detaining or deploying tear gas against peaceful protesters who are not obstructing authorities. The order from the U.S. District Judge Kate Menendez restricting the actions of Immigration and Customs Enforcement and federal agents comes amid ongoing protests and heightened tension. The ruling prohibits officers from retaliating against anyone peacefully protesting or observing the actions of immigration officers. Department of Homeland Security Assistant Secretary Tricia McLaughlin said following the ruling that the First Amendment does not protect rioting, adding that DHS is taking appropriate and constitutional measures to uphold the rule of law. We remind the public that rioting is dangerous. Obstructing law enforcement is a federal... Yeah, I mean, the judge is like, you can't fucking torture people for following you in their cars while holding a phone. And then they're like, okay, well, rioting is bad. Okay.
Independent journalist Cam
Cold, clueless, and mad at ICE.
Higby is live on the ground in Minneapolis. So Cam, what's cooking tonight?
Well, they've started 2 fires just behind me to keep them warm. It's currently 9 degrees. They're still out here. They've also stacked cinder blocks. Not going to keep yourself warm with those. And they're just out here every night. Last night they tried to...
That's so funny, dude. He's obviously so fucking pissed off that he has to be in Minnesota in the middle of winter. He's like, they started fires to keep themselves warm. It's 9 degrees. They're out here every single night. I've got to be out here every single night.
pull the fence down.
He's so mad.
Building. They walk. It's currently.
And it's so funny too, because he's just like, let me think of all of the things that can make these people seem scary. Oh, they lit fires to make themselves feel warm. They stacked cinder blocks to have a place to rest on.
9 degrees. They're still out here. They've also stacked cinder blocks. Not going to keep yourself warm with those. And they're just out here every night. Last night they tried to pull the fence down surrounding the federal building. They walked through the gate. Eventually it was locked. It's not good.
Please tell me you haven't seen it.
They tried to pull the fence down, didn't do it. He's like, they stacked cinder blocks. They're not going to keep themselves warm with cinder blocks. Maybe that's why they lit the fires, you dumbass. That he's like, they tried to pull the fence down. They didn't do it. They walked through the gates. They walked through a gate? Okay, isn't that the point of a gate? And then he's like, and eventually it was locked. Oh, okay, so they walked through a gate, and then someone locked the gate, so they didn't walk through it anymore. Wow, so scary. And then he's like, nothing, they're not up to anything good. All of it's bad. That's so fucking hilarious. This guy's heart is not in the job.
Women holding babies. Please. Well, independent journalist Cam Higbee is live on the ground in Minneapolis. So, Cam, what's cooking tonight?
Well, they've started 2 fires just behind me to keep them warm. It's currently 9 degrees. They're still out here. They've also stacked cinder blocks. Not going to keep yourself warm with those. And they're just out here every night. Last night they tried to pull the fence down surrounding the federal building. They walked through the gate. Eventually it was locked. It's not good.
Please tell me you...
It's not good. It's not good at all. They walked through a gate. Horrible, horrible actions.
Haven't seen any women holding babies, please.
No, but the other night when they broke into...
What does that mean? Please tell me you haven't seen any women holding babies? Dude, conservatives actually are just brain broken over women. Like, they can't get over their misogyny. Oh, ICE is here to do violent terrorism in order to, like, enact a white supremacist society. Well, let's just be misogynist. Like, let's ignore all of the actions of ICE, all of the counteractions, and just be misogynist. Because if there are women with babies, they're bad moms.
The hotel that they believed ICE was staying at, I saw lots of toddlers and small children that they brought out to a legitimate riot in the middle of the night with tons of violence.
Do these women...
Hundreds of people getting murdered there. What was the violence? Someone threw a rock at a window and spray painted the hotel. Oh my god, the violence. He's like my fucking like 4-year-old cousin who her parents indoctrinated her and is like, graffiti means crime, and so she was deathly afraid of graffiti. But then she turned 5 and she got over it. Oh wow, horrible violence. They were chanting "ICE go home" outside of ICE's hotel. Have you ever had to work on only 3 hours of sleep? It's not good.
Women, are the kids in strollers? What do they have them in, like one of those little swings?
What is this?
Sometimes they have them in strollers, but the other night I saw several small children just being walked around. And I mean, these are kids that are, you know, this big.
Oh my God. And the fathers? Are
to
dads
walk.
there?
No fathers.
All right, so it's no dads, it's moms, and they're bringing kids. That's insane. And how cold is it? It's 9 degrees?
It's 9 degrees. It's bouncing between 8 and 9.
Okay.
There's no fathers there. Wow. It's all these bitch moms that divorced me. I mean, their husbands and took custody of the children. Dude, holy shit, it's all misogyny. It's all misogyny with these conservatives. It's like last week we watched Pearl, whose core audience is like divorced dads. That's what we're seeing here too. It's like divorced dads. Fuck, my bitch ex-wife taking the kids to these protests. I should have custody over them. But instead they get it.
So what's the energy tonight? Is it more of a hardcore crew, kind of the Antifa people, or are there women out there as well?
Well, women have found their place in Antifa. There are
Women have found their place in Antifa.
definitely Antifa types out here. Many of them have passed right by us. They wear their paint gas masks and their balaclavas. Those people are always out here. The difference in the crowd is always day and night, literally. So during the day,
The difference in the crowd is day and night, literally. In the day, there's sunlight. Well, please elucidate. Tell me the difference between the day crowd and the night crowd.
it's still a, very vicious crowd, but at night is when you start to get like groups of Somalis coming in.
What the fuck, dude? This is why I need to watch Fox News more. It's so funny. Dude, this whole interview is insane. They're like, yeah, so tell me the bad things that ISIS, that the rioters in Minnesota have done. And he's like, they walked through a gate, they lit a fire to stay warm. It is in a barrel. They tried to pull the fence down, they didn't. That is like, okay, tell me about all of the fucking bitches that are out there and how horrible the women are. Do they have kids? Yeah, they have kids. And there's no dads there? No, there's not a single dad there with their kid. It's all fucking like your ex-wife. And then it's like, okay, well, tell me about the crowds. Are there a lot of dude, Jesse Waters just got done asking about women with children there. And then his next question was, are there women at the protests or is it all violent Antifa? And he's like, well, there's a lot of Antifa, but the women found their place within Antifa. But the difference between crowds is day and night. The day crowd, they're vicious, they're violent, but the night crowd, that's when the Somalis come out. I mean, dude, this is insane. No wonder people's brains are getting melted by this.
And they don't. It seems that they just don't really care what happens in like groups of Somalis. Those people are always out here. The difference in the crowd is always day and night, literally. So during the day, it's still a very vicious crowd, but at night is when you start to get like groups of Somalis coming in. And they don't.
That's so funny that he made his voice quieter too. He's like, groups of Somalis are coming, and I mean, the day crowd is still vicious, but it's got nothing on the night crowd. What the fuck? How are they vicious?
It seems that they just don't really care what happens, and those are the kinds of people that throw a lot of stuff and stuff like that. When Nick and I got our Jeep attacked, they had pre-frozen water bottles, so the water bottles were frozen ahead of time and then thrown at our Jeep.
Oh man!
So you were on.
That's so sad. Those vicious Somalis using their ancient historical weapons of frozen bottles of Dasani water.
Under attack. What happened?
A couple nights
He's basically saying the night crowd has better food than the day crowd.
ago, Nick Sorter and I were out here.
Oh, Nick Sorter, the fucking guy that said that people dripping water on the road is disgusting.
And we were in our Jeep, trying to keep a low profile. We only came out when there was clashes between protesters and federal agents, and they surrounded our Jeep, forced us.
Dude, first of all, your entire point is getting undercut. There's a guy in a pickle costume right there. Like, what are you doing? There's a pickle man there.
To drive through the crowd. Nobody was hit, luckily, but they were throwing frozen water bottles and rocks at the vehicle. And they pulled their cars out in front of us, just like Renee Nicole Good did to those ICE agents. They blocked us from the front and the back.
Oh my God. All right, well, you guys got to behave yourselves, stay safe, don't get into too much trouble, but you're doing an amazing job documenting all of this stuff for us, so keep at it. We appreciate it, Cam.
Thanks, Jesse.
Dude, I don't think he's doing an amazing job. Like, he's just like, no, there's no dads there. Nice. So fucking good. Okay. God, Fox News is so funny. Like, the thing is, Fox News can't actually Fox News can't actually talk about what ICE is doing because it's indefensible. And so the only thing they can do is focus on the crowds and be like, these crowds are violent and they're harassing people. Groups of competing protests confronted each other. Groups of competing protests. There was 5 people and then like 1,200 people that were counter-protesters. Shoving matches and tugs of wars. that's doing a lot of heavy lifting. Groups of competing protests. It's like 99.8% anti-Nazi, and then 0.2% were Nazis. Conservative influencer Jake Lang led a small group of fewer than a dozen people. That's also doing a lot of lifting. Fewer than a dozen. 5. It was 5 people. Fewer than a dozen. Led a small group of fewer than a dozen people with his March Against Minnesota Fraud outside of Minneapolis City Hall. A second protest organized by the People's Action Coalition Against Trump drew overwhelmingly more people. Yeah, I wouldn't call it a second protest. I'd say this was a protest and then there were like 5 Nazis there. Before the events began, Bob Jacobson, commissioner for the Minnesota Department of Public Safety, called for peaceful protests, adding that anyone who breaks the law would be arrested. Meanwhile, downtown and Cedar Riverside leaders urged caution and restraint. That's all I have to say? Yeah, that's so funny. This fucking loser. Oh my god. This guy is kind of a compelling character, though. Like, I'd love to see him in a movie somewhere. Like, just a guy who has horrible short man syndrome and just amped up all the time. There's also a Ginger. So there was Ginger. There was a guy in a red and black skull sweater, which I think is this guy behind him. There was Jesus is King guy. So we're at 3. Then there was Ginger Woman. And then there was the guy with the shaved beard. And then there was Nick. So 6 people, including Nick. Or not Nick, whatever the fuck his name is. I don't care. 6 people. So 6 people in total. All right, how's the New York Times writing this? A rally organized by conservative influencer was quickly overwhelmed by a liberal counter-protest as both sides scuffled and exchanged taunts for hours. It was not hours, dude. It was like 40 minutes. The influencer, Jake Lang, was eventually chased into the lobby of a hotel by a group, is his hotel. And it wasn't chased into the lobby, he ran there. He threw water bottles at him when outside temperatures hovered around 10 degrees, prompting police officers to intervene. Not really. They intervened when he was in his hotel. He was seen with a trickle of blood on the back of his head. The counter-protest, oh, a trickle of blood, oh my god. Where's all of the articles you wrote about how ICE is detaining people, New York Times? Demonstrators had gathered in opposition. Minneapolis police officers and Hennepin County Sheriff's deputies amassed in downtown Minneapolis in large numbers to monitor the protests. Mike Anderson stood in the cold for hours, frozen droplets clinging to his beard. He said he was there to protest fraud and illegal immigration and had traveled from his home in Forest Lake, a town about 30 minutes. I have nothing against immigration as long as it's legal, he said, adding that his fiancée is a legal immigrant from Canada. It's always the motherfuckers with immigrant fiancés that are the most anti-immigrant. The protest capped a tumultuous 10 days in Minneapolis, blah, 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 blah. Mr. Lang's rally opposing fraud has directed a wide-ranging investigation into Minnesota. Dude, it was not a rally opposing fraud. It was a white supremacist rally. He literally said that he was going to burn the fucking Quran in front of the Minneapolis City Hall. Like, how the fuck is the New York Times writing that, oh, this is a rally opposing fraud, and he actually had a bunch of reasonable issues that he was raising, and we interviewed someone who's like, I'm not against immigration as long as it's here legally. Like, dude, they're fucking taking people that are going through the correct channels to get documentation. Most of the people charged in this scheme so far have been of Somali origin. Why would you even write that, dude? Why? Like, they're literally just whitewashing Jake Lang's white supremacist rally that he wanted to have that got canceled because, you know, cancel culture does work if the cancel culture is like a mob of 500 people telling you to get the fuck out of the city. That's insane. Why is the New York Times just like helping Jake Lang be white supremacist? That's nuts. That's actually so stupid. All right. Last thing. This is the last thing we're gonna watch. Because I need to see Kyle Kalinske on this show.
The idea that we would go flirting with multiple wars of choice.
He's claiming she blocked someone from the front and the back? Oh, yeah.
At this point, it's not left-wing or right-wing, it's just reckless. War raging on in Europe, which is a proxy war.
What's happening in your own backyard and stop meddling in foreign affairs. And now they're waking up almost on a daily basis to seeing Donald Trump proudly and aggressively talking about meddling in all sorts of foreign affairs. Is there a contradiction or hypocrisy or even a betrayal of voters going on here?
Not at all. First of all, Venezuela is in our own backyard, and it's been the policy of the United States.
Venezuela's in the United States' backyard.
So that, you know, that's a cornerstone of American foreign policy. I think it is charming that Dave is defining America first in the way that he prefers, and I think there are plenty of people who wish to do that. But Dave, though a very popular podcaster, never won a presidential election, and Trump has been clear on what he means by America first, the political movement that he built, that people voted for in his coalition since the beginning. President Trump campaigned the first time around on destroying ISIS, so obviously that does not mean that America's only going to look inward. President Trump has carried out attacks, military operations that were extremely successful in Iran, in Syria, in Afghanistan, obviously in Venezuela. He's been talking about taking Greenland and even invading America's evil top hat, Canada, though I think he's mostly joking about that one, since the beginning.
Mostly
so that's what
joking
that means.
about
And
invading.
what it comes down to is that America is a global empire. We just are. People can be upset about that, but unless your geopolitics comes strictly from Reddit, you know, if your geopolitics actually comes from history, you recognize that we've been an empire since the Louisiana Purchase, okay? And we've been...
No, dude, Reddit is the most, like, out of all social media, Reddit is the most aware website that America is an imperialist power. Dude, like, that doesn't mean that it's a good thing. Like, you're just like, oh, well, we've always been an imperialist power, so we should still be an imperialist power.
A muscular global empire since the Second World War. So President Trump's vision, I think, actually rejects two extremes. It rejects a conservative isolationism, and it rejects a liberal internationalism, and it posits a conservative imperialism that says that we are going to recognize our role in the world, but we are going to pursue that role in limited ways with America's interest at heart. So there's been no regime change in Venezuela. We're talking about regime change in Venezuela. The regime is still in place. What we did was depose the leader. We left the vice president in place, and we said, act in a way that is appropriate in accordance with the law and our...
Okay, talking about Venezuela, there's simply no justification for what the United States did. If you wanted to do the regime change, you didn't do regime change. If you wanted to arrest Nicolas Maduro and try him for his crimes, why didn't you also try a bunch of other people in the government for their crimes? Like, essentially what it is Donald Trump just wanted to make it look like he was swinging his dick around, and so he's like, all right, we're going to capture this guy and just to prove that we did it, but there's not going to be any positive that comes out of it. Like, I guess he's just openly threatening Venezuela to let American companies in to use the oil, but that's not even going to be that good of an investment for American companies because the oil is like such low quality in Venezuela. Like, I don't know if a lot of American companies are going to want to go in there. Like, that's a very long-term investment. If Donald Trump's out of the White House in 3 years, who knows what that's going to look like? Venezuela might just nationalize all of the oil refineries that companies like ExxonMobil build there.
interests or we're going to kill you. That's very different than a Bushy-era neocon regime change in Iraq. Even when we're talking about Iran, the Trump administration has not gone in a particularly overt way yet, but even there we would be talking about...
We literally fucking we bombed their nuclear facilities. What do you mean we haven't gone in an overt way yet?
at a restoration of the Pahlavi regime, most likely, that goes back to 1925. So I grant there are all sorts of risks to interventions, but we're the global empire, you know, and frankly, even the American Revolution comes out of wars of global empire. It comes out of the 7 Years' War, which itself was a derivation of the War of Austrian Succession. To pretend that we don't have a role in geopolitics is to ignore all of American history.
Okay, Carl Kalinske, I can see you grimacing through a lot of what Michael was saying there. You said Trump says the U.S. will run Venezuela and he threatens Colombia and
Dude, it's such a non-argument. It's just like, well, we've always been in an empire, and I don't know why you can't see that we are an empire. It's like, dude, holy shit. We know that we're an empire. The point is that we don't like it. We don't like it when America just takes matter into its own hands and acts like a world dictator. Like that's the point of the fucking UN. Not that the UN is all sunshine and rainbows, but it's at least better than what Donald Trump's foreign policy is.
Mexico arrests this psychotic motherfucker. Before I get you to expand on, you said Trump says, Carl Kalinske, I can see you grimacing through a lot of what Michael was saying there. You said Trump says the US will run Venezuela and he threatens Colombia and Mexico, arrests this psychotic motherfucker. Before I get you to expand on that thesis, I mean, the point I was making to Dave, if I want to elaborate on where I sit with this, because I've had a bit of time to look at this play out, is you look at Maduro. Everyone thought, my God, this is going to be World War III. Actually, Maduro is going to end up in a New York courtroom and he's been got rid of. Everyone seems to agree that's a good thing for not just the Venezuelan people, but the world. No American troops died in what was an incredibly efficient surgical military strike to get him out of.
Yeah, but like 80 Venezuelans died from it. So, like, oh, no American troops died. Okay, I guess we're just completely writing off the fact that people outside of America's lives have value also.
There. And if you have a more compliant leader of Venezuela, albeit part of the same regime, that can probably only be a good thing. If you look at the argument about Greenland, for example, I've been struck by some of the people that I didn't expect to think this was a good idea. It was a British general last week talking about this, saying that from a strategic security point of view, it would make perfect sense for America to have Greenland. And is there a deal to be done? He didn't think invading it was the right thing, and nor do I. But is there a deal to be done with 60,000 people who live in Greenland that could actually improve the security of the United States and the West against the obvious threat from China and Russia and so on? And I can go through the others. Iran, you know, getting rid of the Ayatollah and the mullahs is unquestionably a good thing for the world. It's how you do these things and whether you plan and prepare properly for what follows next that I think are the debatable points. And history says that's normally, unfortunately, been very badly done. But this is what
God damn, bro. Just get to the fucking question. Jesus.
Understand the logic to what Trump is doing here. Do you?
No, because we don't have a right to act like this around the world. We're supposed to be a nation among nations, not a nation among...
Michael Knowles looks like someone is puppeting his face. Like, he looks like he's just wearing someone else's skin.
Nations. And they used to at least lie to us in the past and say that this is good for the world and we're spreading freedom and democracy. Now they don't even bother to lie. Now it's naked, rank, disgusting imperialism where they say we're going to take the oil. And the point is that we're going to take the oil. We're going to take the minerals. We're going to take the precious metals. We're doing this for our corporations. We're doing it for the Epstein class, the billionaires. And this, to piggyback on what Dave Smith said, is frankly not what many of the MAGA voters thought they were signing up for. They thought America First actually meant America First. By the way, you also replaced the Maduro regime with the Maduro regime. Congratulations on that. It's also been now a week straight of pro-regime protests. Now you have roving gangs of Venezuelan militias that are kidnapping Americans. But again, I come back to the fundamental point, which is if you sign on to stuff like this, you're saying might makes right.
Yeah, I mean, the point is like Michael Knowles is arguing, oh, America's always been an empire. Okay, well, Donald Trump is doing U.S. imperialism, but doing it worse because he's making everyone fucking hate us. Like, if your argument is that the United States has always been an empire and it should stay an empire, then Donald Trump is not your fucking president. Donald Trump is like, we're going to do America first by pissing off our allies because we've been doing all of these unfair trade agreements just because we want to keep them happy, but I don't care about keeping them happy. I'm going to do what's best for America. That's what people voted for. But then you can't also say, oh, but also he's going to try to do American imperialism and like have the tendrils of America be all throughout the world. If you want that, you have to also utilize soft power, which is what Donald Trump is refusing to do. You need to do social programs. You need to reinvigorate USAID, which is what Donald Trump got rid of like his first day in office, because they're like, why are we paying to help people love America in all of these other countries? Let's just get rid of that. So yeah, and Michael Knowles is going to be like, well, we don't care that we didn't do regime change. We don't want to do that old style of imperialism, but your entire argument was America was always an imperialist country and it should stay like that.
And the law of the jungle is back. What you're saying is China has a right to go into whatever smaller country they want and depose the leader and say we're doing it because we can and we have the right to do it and we have bigger guns and there's nothing you can do to stop it. So they're never going to address that fundamental question, which is, why do we have a right? Do we actually believe in international law, or was that all a joke? Are we rolling the clock back to the 1700s and the 1800s, and we're going super primitive style here? And I think the answer to that is yes, they want to go super primitive style.
Today's show is sponsored by Oxford. Code on your site.
The law goes back to
off with the code PEERS.
International law goes back to antiquity. It's not some creation of modernity, whether we're talking about the 1700s or the 20th century.
The Geneva Conventions, the Nuremberg Tribunal.
International law goes back to antiquity before we even had a concept of a nation state?
Excuse me? The Geneva Conventions and the Nuremberg Tribunal?
Yes, those exist, but international laws, the jus gentium, goes back to antiquity. However, unfortunately, a lot of our liberal friends think history began a few decades ago.
The League of Nations was...
Oh my god, dude. Holy shit. This guy needs to be in a horror movie. He's so creepy.
Useless. It fell apart, and that's why we had the UN. That's why we had the Geneva Convention.
Right, I'm talking about millennia ago,
because we looked at piles of millions of dead bodies, and we said that's a bad idea. We looked at piles of millions of dead bodies and said, that's a bad idea. Let's not do that anymore. Let's actually have a framework and rules and laws. And Trump is blowing that up. By the way, he bombed fishing boats from Venezuela, Trinidad, and Tobago, and Colombia. He just did the regime change in Venezuela. He bombed Yemen and Somalia and Nigeria and Iran. He's threatening Greenland and Panama and Canada and Cuba and Mexico. And you sit there the whole time and act like it's okay.
He's such a fucking creepy scumbag.
Threatening Greenland and Panama and Canada and Cuba and Mexico, and you sit there the whole time and act like it's okay. Is there anything Trump could do, Michael Knowles, that you would say, I condemn it, and you hop off the Trump train, or are you going to tickle his taint for the rest of your fucking life?
No,
Dude, we gotta run this back.
Nigeria and Iran. He's threatening Greenland and Panama and Canada and Cuba and Mexico, and you sit there the whole time and act like it's okay. Is there anything Trump could do, Michael Knowles, that you would say, I condemn it, and you hop off the Trump train, or are you going to tickle his taint for the rest of your fucking life?
No, there have been plenty of Trump policies that I've criticized because he's only right about 99.78% of the time. So the First Step Act I thought was a misstep. But I would say the rest. Excuse me. I would say the rest.
Excuse me, dude. Don't say excuse me when you get called a cuck. You know what that means. I gotta let you guys see Kyle in his full glory.
Of that I've criticized because he's only right about 99.78% of the time. So the First Step Act I thought was a misstep. But I would say the rest. Excuse me. I would say the rest of the administration has been very successful. What's your problem? What's
my
problem
your criticism? Is that you're a cuck and you're a hack and you're not an independent thinker and you're meat riding Trump.
Why do you say
that?
know
that what he's doing in
imperialism
I just answered your question. You don't care.
I just answered your question. I corrected
Congratulations. You rented your brain to a war criminal, pedophile, rapist. I hope you're happy.
A war criminal, pedophile, rapist? Do you brought up a point? You brought up
Dude, oh my god. Oh my god. This is horrible. Someone throw in the towel for Michael Knowles. He needs to be saved. He's going to have irreparable brain damage if this keeps going on like this.
International law. And you made a very false point, a dumb point, which is that international law began only a few hundred years ago. I corrected you, and I pointed out that the international law...
He actually specifically cited the Nuremberg trials and the Geneva Convention. He didn't say it started a few hundred years ago. What the fuck is Michael Knowles talking about?
is part of the Western tradition. That, excuse me one second. It goes back to antiquity. It's a principle of the jus gentium. And then you said, well, international law has failed because of the League of Nations failure, which I think is actually undermining your argument and proving.
What the fuck, dude? I'm baffled. So Michael Knowles' argument is that, like, I'm just going to say, I'm going to make up the idea that you claimed international law failed. But what Kyle actually said is, I support international law, and Donald Trump is the one that's tanking it. We need to actually uphold international law so that the most amount of people fucking survive, and we have some kind of like representation on the global stage for people that aren't living in military nuclear powers.
Proving my point and proving Trump's point, because the liberal internationalism that was established by people like Woodrow Wilson did in fact fail, which is why we need to restore an older and more classical conception of the international order, which is precisely what Trump's doing. So I think you've hoisted yourself with your own petard, and then you just make a lot of vulgar sort of non sequiturs because you don't have a leg to stand on.
All right, let me bring in.
Let me ask you this question. Hold on, Piers. Let me ask him a question real quick. Tell me the name of the Minister of Defense in Venezuela.
I don't know. Whatever his name
well,
is.
and that's the
Garcia
problem, is that you're
Rodriguez
advocating for a regime change. You don't know the first thing.
I didn't. I just said the opposite. I argued against a regime change.
He actually said the opposite. I heard Michael Knowles.
I just want to correct something.
Michael Knowles say the regime remains there, right? So he said the opposite, in fact. I want to bring in Coleman.
No, but he wanted to take out Maduro. Don't give me that cutesy little BS.
Yes, but he made
Yeah, I mean, dude, you fucking changed the leader of a country. Just because you didn't, like, take out his entire cabinet, you're still influencing, like, you're still meddling and influencing the election of that country, saying, oh, well, it's not technically a regime change. It's absolute bullshit. Okay, well, then you should, if you're in favor of taking out the fucking president of the country, you should be able to talk about the in-depth politics of the country. Because otherwise, what's the point? The point is what? Just violence for the sake of violence? Asserting your dominance over another country just for the sake of showing the United States can do that?
Point that the regime is still, he made the point the regime is still there, and the vice president appears to be much more compliant with running Venezuela the way America would prefer for its national security than Maduro. So that's what Michael said.
Okay, so then you are influencing its politics. Like, you just can't escape from this point.
He didn't advocate regime change. Let me bring in Coleman Hughes. Coleman,
kidnapping the president is
well,
not
hang on, Carl. Let me bring in
regime change.
Coleman hasn't said a word yet. Coleman,
if you're saying that the vice president is more compliant, then it's an effective regime change. That's what's happening.
The thing about you, I think, with this is you've been, I think, striving to be quite nuanced with.
At least Rome provided bread and circuses. That's true.
Your take on all this.
America provides what? White supremacists and shitty beef jerky, Jack Link's jerky.
Stuff that's going on. And that's kind of where I found myself, is that sometimes...
God, I just can't stand listening to Piers blather on. He's just such a fucking windbag.
Thank you, Piers. I try to not think about these issues in terms of left versus right or Trump versus the opposition, and try to take each issue on its own terms. So let's do that.
Oh wow, you should change that. You should change that sticker on your microphone from the free press to the free thinker, because you're a free thinker. You're untethered by the bounds of politics, of the label.
Venezuela. If the policy here is actual regime change, in other words, not just decapitating Maduro.
I don't know who the fuck this guy is. I'm here for Kyle. I do not care about this man at all. Come on, where's Kyle? Michael Knowles.
Thing is that, but because now you understand we.
ERS.
Premise here.
No, please.
And swears before
standard. Netanyahu was worth the point. Well, armed and funded.
The awful attack on Venezuela, might of the United States empire and our allies around the world, and that is what will continue to stop them.
But I don't think. Carl, I will bring you in now, but I don't think that it has stopped Putin running roughshod over Ukraine. He just invaded it.
He hasn't taken the country yet.
Well, he invaded it and took as much as he could. But the Ukrainians have put up a much bigger fight than he thought they could. But I don't think Putin's intentions have been remotely thwarted I don't think
Well,
America's
he only
done.
invaded because of Biden. So, frankly, had Trump stayed, I don't think he would have even invaded. But it's true. He did he was able to run some roughshod over it during Joe Biden. But there was no floating international law. Let's not forget, he invaded before the supposedly awful attack on Venezuela.
But he has. I mean,
where
look.
there's
Yeah,
talk
but the
about
thing is,
installing
Michael,
Pilates.
Putin has continued to act with total impunity in Ukraine, regardless of anything Donald.
I think the point that people that are against the invasion of Ukraine by Russia and also against the regime change of Venezuela by America is that two wrongs don't make a right, and actually upholding international law will make it easier for countries that violate international law in the future to experience retribution, to experience justice for their violations of that law. Like, Putin is able to maintain the invasion of Ukraine, and a lot of other countries like are not happy about it. But when America's invading Venezuela, when we're gonna fucking invade Greenland, when Israel is invading Gaza, like we're setting the precedent that we don't care about countries carving out empires in their regions of the world anymore. So yeah, like if America was actually like held a principled stance against that, then it would be more difficult for other countries to also do that kind of invasion.
Trump has said publicly, either
Precisely.
in a friendly or unfriendly manner. He doesn't seem to care. I think if Putin could take the whole of Ukraine tomorrow, he'd take it. I think that's
Piers,
always been
that's
his
my
ambition.
point, I guess. That's my point. I don't think that America's very successful strike on Venezuela is going to do one thing. Now, it will not change one iota of Putin's calculation.
No, but that's my point. My point to you is that
Then why, if it wouldn't change his calculation, then why is he saying that Putin wouldn't have invaded if Trump was in office? Like, you can't say that Trump was deterring Putin from invading Ukraine, but then also say Trump doing a show of power over Venezuela would not have changed Putin's intent one iota.
when it comes to Taiwan, I'm not sure that American power is the limiting factor.
We truly have like the most brilliant, impressive minds in the world on this panel.
For the calculations by people who run countries like Russia and China that you seem to think it is. Because I think Xi would have looked at Ukraine and thought, well, what's America actually done to stop Putin taking as much
do you
as
think
he
that
can?
international law is going to limit Chairman Xi?
Well, no, I don't
got a
actually.
bridge in Brooklyn
I do
beside
think
you.
the concept of international law has been twisted and torn apart so badly that I'm actually uncertain what it really means anymore. Because people don't seem to. I mean, if you look at what Israel's done in Gaza, I would say they've trampled over international law with utter impunity, and they don't care. And
reasonable minds can differ, but I agree that's a good point on the
No, they can't.
murkiness of international law.
Yeah, okay, Kyle.
Yeah, well, I mean, I find this whole conversation preposterous because the idea that we're the moral arbiter of anything is honestly laughable. Trump is himself a criminal. He was best friends with Jeffrey Epstein. He's covering for a billionaire pedophile cabal as we speak. We armed and funded a genocide in Gaza. We also armed and funded a genocide committed by Saudi Arabia in Yemen. If there's any country on earth where there's some semblance of a sound argument to do regime change, it's our regime being changed. So I don't want to open the door to this might makes right law of the jungle nonsense. And everybody else except Dave, seemingly on the panel, is in favor of that. And
America, Kyle, America has a mechanism. Kyle, hang on. America has.
From Michael Knowles doing the stupid fucking like jazz snapping.
Murkiness of international law.
Okay.
Himself a criminal. He was best friends with Jeffrey Epstein. He's covering for a billionaire pedophile cabal as we speak. We armed and funded a genocide in Gaza. We also armed and funded a genocide committed by Saudi Arabia in Yemen. If there's any country on earth where there's some semblance of a sound argument to do regime change, it's our regime being changed. So I don't want to open the door to this might makes right law of the jungle nonsense. And everybody else except Dave, seemingly on the panel, is in favor of that. And
America, has a mechanism. Kyle, hang on. America has a mechanism for regime change. It's called the election every 4 years. And the truth is, Americans had a good, long, hard look at.
You're making my point.
Well, no, I'm not.
This is my point.
I'm not.
Yes, you are.
I'm saying you live in a free democratic society with free democratic elections.
This is so fucking stupid, man. I mean, Trump literally said he wanted to be a dictator, and he's taken actually. He has fucking thugs that are attacking his political opponents. What? Like he's literally physically attacking his political opponents. He's investigating them with the criminal justice system. He's refusing to do any kind of politics with his political opponents. All at the same time, they're doing a complete assault on the people that didn't vote for Donald Trump, and trying to make it harder for those people to vote, deporting a lot of the people, intimidating them. Like, oh my God. Acting like this is a free and fair democracy is hilarious.
That's why Trump won in 2016. That's why he lost in 2020, whatever he wants people to think. And that's why he won again in 2024. That is regime change, how it should happen.
We back 73% of the world's dictatorships. The idea that we say, here's the dictator we don't like, we're going to overthrow them, is ridiculous. By any objective standard, Netanyahu is worse than Maduro, and we're not overthrowing him. So the whole conversation is absurd. We're in no position to be the world police or the moral arbiters. In fact, Trump himself literally says this is about the oil. It's about the natural resources. It's about stealing that for the corporations and the billionaires. So the whole conversation about,
well, I think it could be. I actually think I think Venezuela can be about a number of things at the same time. That's why I think nuance is an important factor in these things. It can be.
But
hang on, Kyle.
Can it just be pointed out?
It can be about oil. It can be about oil. It can be about Maduro being a gangster. It can be about a number of things.
This was
Trump's a gangster.
sold to us.
Trump's a gangster.
All right. Isn't it funny that we have this whole conversation, and while you're saying it could be about all these things, you know what no one's bringing up? Drugs. And that's what it was sold to us as. Right. Just like all these other wars, they just lie through their teeth. It has nothing to do with the drug problem, or a tiny fraction of it, and nothing to do with the fentanyl problem, which is the real crisis. It's a total pretext for war. And
I think he did.
Why would you do that? Is somebody making a deliberate calculation to murder that woman for no reason?
I think he did. And
Why would you do that?
Study the video closely. Well, I'll explain it to you. So first of all, these guys are all roided up freaks. Let's point that out, that these are like Proud Boys and white nationalists and, the dregs of society who have now been given a gun and a badge.
Well, that's a ridiculous generalization.
No, it's not, dude. They're literally recruiting people at gun shows. They're recruiting people out of January 6th prisons. Like, oh my God, they test people's backgrounds in terms of their political ideology.
Again, I don't think that helps.
Let me finish talking,
but that kind of generalization doesn't help your argument. It makes you sound equally deranged.
No. I don't care about convincing you guys with your cult of fake nuance. I care about speaking to the American people who saw with
God forbid we should have nuance.
God forbid we should have nuance. Dude, shut the fuck up, you little piece of shit. God, Piers Morgan pissed me off so much. He acts like he's above it all, but Kyle says one thing, if it doesn't help your argument, then shut the fuck up. If it doesn't help his argument, let him hang himself with his bad rhetoric. Why do you need to step in immediately and be like, let me defend the ICE officers, because we all know that is much too hasty of a generalization.
Yeah, because it's fake nuance. That's the problem. You have J.D. Vance out there saying that this guy, it should have absolute immunity. Absolute immunity? So if you rape somebody, he should be able to get off? This is fucking ridiculous. Absolute immunity.
I don't agree. Nor do I think, Kyle, that Renee Good was deliberately trying to run over this ICE officer. I just don't think that there's
and
any
the guy
evidence
was trying to kill her.
that she was trying to do that or to cause him bodily harm. I think it was quite clear from the wheel positioning that she was trying to drive away.
Dude, fucking nuance merchants. I think it was quite clear that she was trying to drive away, but to have a nuanced position, we must also assume that it was quite clear he did not want to shoot her and kill her. Okay, well, if she was driving away, then what? He just, she was driving away. She never hit him. So what? He just had a flashback to 6 months ago when he got dragged by a car?
Wait. And the guy was ignoring his training to stand in front of her, and he had a past incident which probably in the moment made him fear the same thing was going to happen.
That's his argument. He had a past incident in which he was proven to be a fucking loser at his job, and he got dragged because he was too stupid to let go of the car handle, but they left him on anyway.
Piers, we have to have one
if you
factual
watch
closely, just one little bit to check some facts.
I literally never even made
we just need one little correction
I was trying to make at the beginning.
Don't talk at the same time.
The wheels were aimed at the cop when she accelerated.
All right, Kyle, I'll come back to you.
No.
Kyle, I will come back to you. Let Michael just interject on this one point. Michael.
This is really important because I feel sorry for the woman. It's very sad that she died. I'm not in any way happy that she died.
I'm not in any way happy that she died, as he's fucking grinning like a skin changer. Like, I hate the fact that she died. I feel really bad for her, and I'm not happy at all. What a fucking freak, dude. Like, this guy just seems like he's dumb. Michael Knowles seems like an actual demon.
In that position, one, because her lesbian partner said, drive, baby, drive, drive. The lesbian partner then said, it's my fault.
Why is it relevant that she's a lesbian?
Hold on 1 second.
Why is that relevant
because she's the partner?
You interrupted me. Why is it relevant that she's a lesbian?
1 second, Kyle. I'm just trying to have a conversation.
I would say it's irrelevant that she's a lesbian. Secondly, drive can be an entreaty to drive away, which is what I think she was doing.
Oh my God, this is such a stupid conversation. All right, Kyle, does Kyle get any time to speak here?
Why was it blocked? Do that? She told Sophie for doing.
I love that we're now doing. I love he didn't.
And it will be very, very sad.
All right, Kyle.
I love that we're now doing. I love that we're now doing character assassination of a 37-year-old soccer mom who got shot in the face 3 times. You're fucking disgusting for doing that, and you know that you're disgusting for doing that. And if you watch the video closely, he switches hands with his phone to prepare to grab his gun before he was in any danger whatsoever. Okay, so this guy, he knew what he was doing. He knew what he was getting himself into. These people are looking for trouble. They are going to Minneapolis. They are cracking skulls. They are rounding up innocent people.
Dude, even if let's say she did hit him, which she didn't. Even if she did, the guy walked over there, put his hand on his gun, and then stood right beside the car with the hope that she would drive away so that he would have the justification for murdering her. How is that not premeditated? Like, you don't walk in front of a fucking car with your hand on your gun and then shoot the person and be like, oh, it was an accident. I feared for my life. If you feared for your life because you had flashbacks of like a car the last time that you were a fucking moron and held onto a car door for too long, then why the fuck would you walk in front of the car? Like, it's completely premeditated.
They absolutely are Trump's Gestapo, and everybody knows it.
All right, let me bring in Dave Smith. Dave Smith, what's your view?
I really can't stand Dave Smith. Anyway, guys, yeah, I'm. That's gonna be it for me for now. Maybe I'll be on later tonight and do some gaming or whatever. But yeah, I gotta go. Everyone, thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Minnesota people, stay safe. Everyone else, also stay safe because ICE is everywhere right now. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you all later. Peace.